Josh Mathews, who has some news and updates for us. Josh, how are you doing?
I'm good, Ross. How are you?
I'm good. Always good to talk to you.
The recording has started.
What's the latest and greatest in the world of Josh Mathews?
Well, before we get started with everything happening with Impact, and there's an awful lot to get to here, on behalf of everyone, I just want to say that our thoughts and prayers are with those affected in Florida and the shooting that happened at Parkland High School. It was horrific, and our deepest condolences to the families of the 17 victims, and we wish a full and speedy recovery to those injured. Obviously, Orlando and Florida has been the home of Impact for years. We look forward to going there each and every time we are there. So I'll begin by saying that. And we have a show tonight that'll obviously take place at 8/7 Central on this Thursday night. A lot happening. The debut of Brian Cage. EC3 will team with a mystery partner to take on Johnny Impact and Matt Sydal. And then we have a couple of championship matches. The X Division title will be on the line when Phantasma challenges Taiji Ishimori. And then a world championship rematch between Austin Aries and Eli Drake. Not to mention, Sami Callihan will face Lashley for the first time ever. You guys will have the chance to talk to Sami here in a little while. And then a knockouts match with Rosemary and Hanaya. That takes place tonight. And then tomorrow night, one night only, on Global Wrestling Network, you'll see the premiere of Canadian Clash, the last match, Impact match ever of James Storm. You guys can see that tomorrow on Global Wrestling Network. And then if you have noticed on ImpactWrestling.com, we have an events calendar that we have implemented so you guys can keep up with all the places where we're going to be. March 3rd, we'll be at Border City Wrestling for a one night only in Canada. And then March 4th, we'll be with Destiny Wrestling for a Twitch event. March 23rd and 24th, we'll be in California with Big Time Wrestling. And then, of course, you have WrestleCon, April 6th, 9 p.m. at the Sugar Mill. Apparently, there's a big show happening in New Orleans on that Sunday. So we'll be there for the weekend. You guys can get tickets at WrestleCon.com. And then the news that broke moments ago on ImpactWrestling.com is that April 22nd, we return to traditional pay-per-view with Redemption, and Redemption will take place in Orlando, as will the TV tapings after that. So you guys are hearing that for the first time, April 22nd, next pay-per-view, Redemption. So that's everything I have on our calendar. Again, Impact tonight, and then our next sort of event that we have planned is Crossroads, which will be on March the 8th. That'll be one of the themed episodes of Impact. A lot of great matches happening at Crossroads, and then we'll start to really ramp things up for Redemption. So obviously a lot happening, and a lot of information I just gave everyone. If you guys have any questions before you guys get a chance to talk to Sami, I'll answer them now, Ross.
This is Darren Simmons from ImpactAsylum.net. We want to ask, looking at the live events that are going to be showing on the Twitch channel, and also mentioning the Canadian Collision that's on the one night only that's going to be on Global Wrestling Network. I was hoping Josh could kind of talk about what's the plans as far as the synergy between the Twitch channel and the Global Wrestling Network, both of them kind of being, of course, content-based resources, and kind of how it's sort of going to be determined which goes on Twitch, which goes on Global Wrestling Network, what's going to be sort of the designated advantages between the two platforms.
With Twitch, you're going to get a monthly exclusive. So you're going to get to see, like we did the first one a couple of weeks ago. Scott Demore and I had an opportunity to call that one Brace for Impact, that was done with WrestlePro in New Jersey. The next one will be with Destiny on March 4th. Those will be sort of your standalone events. You guys will get an opportunity to see some great matches. You'll see athletes that you perhaps aren't super familiar with, and then you'll get the fan interaction that comes with being on Twitch. So that is a monthly exclusive that'll live there. And then there will be exclusive programming that will be added to our Twitch content, that will be added to that library. So you can download Twitch, go to Twitch, and see all that stuff, and we'll keep you guys as up to date as humanly possible at ImpactWrestling.com on when those events will take place, when you can buy tickets, the partners that we're going to be working with for those different events, and then GWN. Obviously, you can stay current with all the latest episodes of Impact. And then One Night Only has moved from your traditional pay-per-view provider here in the States over to GWN. Same thing, I believe, where you guys might be in the UK. And you can watch one night only on GWN now. So the synergy between Twitch and Global Wrestling Network is that we're able to talk about the other one on each platform. We can tell you what's going to be happening on GWN on Twitch and vice versa. And then down the road, we may see more things where, WrestleCon on April 6th will be live on Twitch. And then I'm sure that there'll be some content that'll be taped and then aired on GWN.
Hi, Josh. Sean Rossap of Fightful.com here. What kind of reception have you all gotten for the Twitch service as opposed to the Global Wrestling Network?
Reception from Twitch, I believe, from the fans, and as myself, even as a fan, I think it's great to be able to be in the room and to interact with everyone and to talk with everyone about what you're seeing and what's happening. And I did that with a group of friends for Brace for Impact. We were all in the chat, and we were in there together, and there's stars from Impact, knockouts from Impact that are all in that room interacting with everyone. And that to me is what the difference is with Twitch. And I think that everyone across the board, fan-wise, from what I've seen, also are agreeing with that interaction, that being in the same place anywhere around the world, watching the same show together.
It's James from Wrestling Epicenter. I just wanted to ask you, how do you think Sanjay Dutt did as your color commentator?
Yeah, I was going to get to that as well. Thank you for bringing it up. I thought that Sanjay did an incredible job being thrown into the fire. Sanjay's been in the wrestling business longer than I have, and he's never done color commentary before. And I think by Seg 2 of that first show, it seemed like he had been doing it for a long time. I thought Sanjay brought a different sort of energy, a different vibe, a different take. Obviously, from a competitor standpoint, as a former X Division champion who's sidelined with an injury right now, someone who wrestles every weekend all around the world, someone who has his finger on the pulse of what's happening in the wrestling world, I think Sanjay did an awesome job, and I look forward to seeing Sanjay grow in the role of a color commentator for years to come.
This is Raj Giri with Wrestling Inc. I just had a question regarding the pay-per-view. There are rumors that the first pay-per-view was going to be Lockdown. Is there a reason to switch from going from Lockdown to Redemption? And how many pay-per-views do you think we can expect to see this year?
That's a great question. I think after Redemption, we'll probably, and this is just me speculating, but I guess we would probably see Slam and then Bound for Glory. Why it's not Lockdown, I don't know the answer to that question. I think some of us were preparing for Lockdown, and Redemption is new. It's different. It's just a different kind of branding than Lockdown. Having all those matches in the cage, I think this opens it up to be a little bit different. And I've seen the branding for Redemption. I think everything looks cool. It fits with the new graphics that we have for Impact, and I think it's a great way to get things going in April and sort of get ready for the summer.
Hey guys, Ryan Bowman from thegorillaposition.com. Josh, when I talked to you over the summer, you talked about all the hats that you wear with the company. You've taken on a whole lot of roles. I'm just curious now with the transition and the move to Canada, have any of those changed? Have you expanded, or have you been able to kind of trim down and sort of give those responsibilities to others?
No, I still do as much as I possibly can on a daily basis. It's just where I do them from. And in 2018, it's great. The technology that we have is great to be able to do everything from home. Voiceover stuff I can do from our Nashville studios. As long as I have a phone and a laptop and an internet connection, I can pretty much continue to do everything that I've done here over the past I guess it's been 4 years now. Obviously the company needs to grow in more robust areas, and I think that we're sort of entering that era right now.
This is Viju from Sportskeeda. My question is, how important was Jeremy Borash to Impact Wrestling? And because he did announce the first episode from the Orlando taping, at what point did you find out that he won't be continuing as the announcer?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I know it was about JB. I just don't know what the specific question was.
Right. So my question is, how important was JD to the company over the long run? And he did announce the first episode that he shot from the Impact taping. but he was replaced on the second one with Sanjay Dutt. So at what point did he find out that he would no longer be continuing with Impact Wrestling?
Gotcha. Okay, I'll go backwards. I saw somewhere online that it was reported that we revoiced stuff that JB and I had already done, which wasn't true. Our next VO session, when we found out that Jeremy was leaving the company, was like 2 days later. No, maybe 3 or 4 days later, actually. And we had time to come up with a different game plan and come up with what the right decision was going to be. And there was a lot of different opinions and a lot of different thoughts. And I think that the final decision was the best one that they could have made. Sanjay came here and did great. And now we have that situation in place. Your first question was how important was Jeremy? I mean, important, sure. I think that there are everything is moving as at the speed at which it was moving before Jeremy said he was leaving, I guess is the best way that I can put that. There's no hitch, there was no glitch, everything's just smoothly running as it were if he were still here or not here.
All right, we're gonna have one more question here for Josh.
Sean of Fightful.com again. How have your duties changed since JB left? Sorry if you answered that. I got on the call a little bit late. But obviously, there's the commentary deal. But have you – I know you wear a lot of hats backstage as is, but did that accelerate at all with Borash leaving?
No, it didn't. The stuff that I do stayed the same, doesn't change. I wish him nothing but luck and success down there. It's a different beast. But as far as what I do, nothing was affected other than switching back from color commentary to play-by-play announcing, which is what I have been doing for 14 years.
All righty, Josh, I appreciate it very much. Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just two things. I mentioned April 22nd, Redemption, Orlando. Be on the lookout for VIP packages. Ross and I work together on those and coming up with what we do as far as fan experience goes. We did the miniature golf at the last event, which I thought people really enjoyed. Ross says that they enjoyed that too. So you'll probably see more of that. Other interactive events that the fans can participate in with our roster. Those things will be coming up sooner rather than later. And then just a quick programming note before I turn things back over. Starting tomorrow night, if you're in the UK, you'll see the premiere of Impact not at 10 on 5 Spike. It'll be at 11 p.m. On 5 Spike going forward. So that's going to do it for everything I have. Again, lots of things coming out. Get your tickets for WrestleCon. Please, let everyone know that we'll be there April 6th, 9 p.m. at the Sugar Mill. Tickets are available right now at WrestleCon.com. And then we're back on pay-per-view April 22nd in Orlando.